would say it's a beautiful day for a drive-through wine country. Will Power certainly enjoying it. Has led all but 2 laps to this point. And remember the pre-race show, he told us we have a better car than the Ganassis today. Certainly proving that thus far. No changes on that first stop, and 4 scuffed black tires keeping it out front, Kevin.
Helio Castroneves is a little more than a second back. He was not happy at all with how the car was handling this morning, but it had been good all weekend. They made some changes to try to make some minor adjustments. Didn't like it. They went back to the way it was yesterday. Marty?
Well, Ryan Briscoe hung in there as long as he could back there in the yellow Penske Truck Rentals car. Now he's in the 3rd position. Those red tires are really going away at the end of that run. He has on blacks now and a turn of front wing in, trying to help that car out a little bit. Same story for Dario Franchitti, who spent the last 2 weeks here in wine country. He came straight here after New Hampshire after their 20th place finish, relaxed a little bit, said he put it totally behind him, moving on now, trying to win the championship. His teammate Scott Dixon so close right behind him. Dixon also with understeer very early in the run last time. They did 2 rounds of wing in, trying to get that car a little bit better for Scott. Currently, he's in the 5th position. Kevin?
What a run for Giorgio Pontino, who has been in these cars sort of in 2005. It was a different chassis. It was a Panos chassis for Ganassi. He's trying to get used to the difference in the brakes. He's done F1 cars before. He's done a lot of different kind of cars. So far, so good for Giorgio Pontino, Marty.
Kevin, James Hinchcliffe has lost the spot since he came back out on from pit road. In the earlier run, he was loose in, tied off. They decided to make no changes to it, and he's hanging on in the 7th position. They did not test here, but Hinch did come to the test, said he watched every part of this racetrack, how drivers got into the corner and what they did braking-wise. Said he learned a ton when he was here, even though he wasn't behind the wheel. It's a long way back to EJ Viso with Lindy.
And EJ Viso, for the first time, is the highest KV qualifier the first time this season. He started 9th, whereas Sato was 16th and TK was 21st. The Venezuelan, he's earned his best starting position in 4 attempts here at Infineon. He surpassed a 13th starting place in 2009. So far, the weekend's been challenging for this team. He says it's a difficult track for him because you have to sacrifice something in one corner to gain something in another. Behind him, Sebastian Bourdais. What a difference 24 hours makes, because yesterday he was not happy. Didn't even think he'd make it out of the first round of qualifying. Today, he says he thinks he has a top 3 car, and by the time qualifying ended yesterday, he thinks he should have been higher than 8th, and he says it's his fault he wasn't, because what he thought was going to happen with the car just didn't. He wants a top 3 finish today, Kevin.
Lindy, Mike Conway is running 10th. He's lost a few positions. He started 7th, but he's the only one of the Andretti Autosport cars that is not really displeased. Danica Patrick and Marco Andretti have both been screaming on the radio. In fact, Conway's team tried to help out Andretti's team this morning going to their setup, but it hasn't worked for Andretti. So far, so good. Just a little bit of a push for Mike Conway. Graham Rahal, by the way, just got past Mike Conway on track.
Yeah, this is not a routine pit stop. That car doesn't appear to have power, does it?
No. He was the first to hit pit road. Do you remember that?
Yep. Yep. So the crew goes to his aid and will get him into his pit box, but this does not look good for Tony.
Now, he's already made 2 stops. It's only been 6 laps since he last pitted, so it's not like he
not out of fuel.
Ran out of fuel.
Right.
So he has made a 2nd pit stop, but this is something, yeah, they're going to the engine area. Kevin?
Only his 2nd race. J.R. Hildebrand will make yet another pit stop.
There's a problem. Anytime you see one of the fronts locking up, it means you have a puncture at the rear. That's Marco. Marco.
Contact.
Ah, yes. Yep. That is a front wing to a rear tire.
Yep.
And then when your tire starts to go down,
look at the left front.
Oh, yeah.
It's off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lindy.
And they just are very disappointed with that flat rear tire. And really his race altogether, not the race this hometown boy wanted at his home track, Bob.
Yeah. He's got a lot of people here today rooting for him because, again, he is from Sausalito, California, just down the road here between here and the Golden Gate Bridge. Just a little more than 10 laps now to go, and the leader of the race, and watch this action up in front of the lead.
And this is what Power does not want to see.
Yeah.
He does not want to have to get through this much traffic, because when he looks in his mirror, he's got,
and Ho Pin Tung is in the tires and in the wall.
I don't think they're going to give yellow.
No, this could be a full. It is a full course caution, and I had the statistic ready, and I didn't get to read it. This race here at Sonoma in 1970, the race that was won by Dan Gurney, was run caution-free. But since then, since the IZOD IndyCar Series returned in 2005, the fewest cautions were in 2008 when there was one, and there's going to be at least one here this weekend because Ho Pin Tung was right behind Alex Tagliani, and this is what happened.
What happened there, Bob? It was, you know, obviously he was too close to Tagliani. When he braked, he didn't have enough downforce. That's the most difficult braking point on the racetrack, when the car gets really light because of the elevation of the track. And Tag braked a little earlier, and then I think, you know, he didn't want to hit him and tried to avoid it and crashed.
Will's going to get the advantage. Look at Briscoe. Look at Briscoe.
Hey, yikes.
Oh, couldn't do it.
Clear, all clear.
And Dixon taking a look at the inside of Franchitti.
Oh, Sato had to jam the brakes on.
All right, you're clear.
We're not through it yet.
Man, the boys behaved.
Yeah, they did.
Bourdais and Pontino.
They were close, yeah.
Yep. Look at that accordion effect as they come down into four.
Boy, they touch. Danica touch with whoever's behind there. Hildebrand.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it wasn't.
Well, there you go. And the battle is between the...
Now does Dixon have to stay behind Franchitti?
No,
I don't know.
Dixon's
Dario's
going to try.
in trouble. Dario got a wiggle. Is Dixon going to go for it?
Nope. Dixon locks him up. Power, meanwhile, starts once again his separation between himself and Castroneves. And
whoa!
He really dove in there.
Sato to the inside of James Jakes.
Good job.
Those guys are a lap down.
Yeah, and he's almost hit Dixon.
Those guys are a lap down, but that was for position 18th spot to be exact.
Whatever it takes. Now, Tony, we talked about what would Will Power do. Look at this as they come to the cones.
Oh, that
you
was...
cannot ask. That is
was a
picture perfect.
That was perfect start.
This is Oriol Serbia.
Oh, Marco around the outside.
Nice.
Wow. Whoa! Man. Sato is
Sato
still
really putting the pressure on him,
yeah,
isn't he?
that's not for position.
And he has nothing to gain right now because he's not going to lap the whole field and pass anybody.
Earlier, Jimmy Vasser was on the radio. Calm down, calm down, calm down.
And now, if I was Sato, I would just hang on in a way because Dixon, it's sitting there at 6. So
now these are for position though back here. This is
big
some
time.
good hot battles here.
That's Hinchcliffe and Rahal, 8th and 9th.
Pontino and Bourdais as well.
Yep. And we are on the final lap of the race. The white flag has already been given to the leader, Will Power. He approaches the place where he had the bad accident 2 years ago, came back from that and won last year, and it appears as if he's going to put together back-to-back wins here at Infineon.
It's the first time that's going to happen since we came back here, since 05. We had a different winner every year.
Oh, and we've got
Saavedra.
Saavedra up on the bank. Wow.
And someone else. Is that Conway?
That's Conway.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to try and bring it home.
Looks like both cars are going to keep going. And Will Power is in the S's on his way to the checkered flag.
See how high Saavedra went in that bank?
Yeah. We will see a replay of it after we see Will Power win his 14th career victory. A powerful wind has come through the Sonoma Valley and has carried Will Power to victory here at Infineon Raceway. Castroneves second. Here is Briscoe third. And here is
Oh, Pontino to the inside.
Nice pass.
forcing Bourdais way high.
I don't think Bourdais liked that very much.
That was a gesture. I wonder how many. Wonder what kind of gesture.
Pondino's going to finish 6th, followed by Bourdais, Hinchcliffe, Rahal, and Viso, the top 10. The 5th win of the year for Will Power. He leads all drivers, and 3 of the wins have come from the pole position as he gets a salute from his teammate Ryan Briscoe, and it's his 2nd consecutive win here at Sonoma. Will, over the last 2 years, has led 144 of 160 laps. Here is the accident on the final lap of the race. Let's see what happened. That's Saavedra and Conway, wheel to wheel. Oh, wow.
Saavedra just unwound too much. He
didn't. I don't even know if he knew he was there.
Well, he had to. He just went to the inside of it.
He just tried to play difficult, and that's really stupid in the last lap. He should, especially for 14th and 15th. Look at that.
You can't fault Conway there. Conway, you can't go any wider. It was a great pass on entry, but then you got to finish it.
And he went way up on the bank, as you said, Tony.
I think
he's hanging out there.
He was trying to just squeeze Conway out, which is.
Yeah, I mean, Elio, he wants to win for sure, and we saw that at Edmonton. And, for Penske to have a 1-2-3 today, and, Verizon to have their car win with everything that's going on the East Coast and that type of thing, it was a huge day for us, and obviously in the championship for Will, it puts us in a much better position.
You were on the scuffed reds, a little worried about the wear. Did that concern you in that restart?
The biggest concern we had was just if there was a restart, making sure that we had the best reds, because we knew that they were going to be used, and obviously everybody else went to that strategy as well, but we also wanted to make sure that we had the best ones going to the restart, which Will usually does a great job of taking care of his tires. And like I said, for us to have a 1-2-3 here, it's great.
Okay, so it's Power, Castro Neves, and Briscoe finishing 1, 2, 3. Franchitti and Dixon the top 5. Then 6 through 10, Bourdais finishes 6th. Hinchcliffe, a 7th place. He's the highest finishing rookie. Graham Rahal was 8th. E.J. Viso 9th, and Ryan Hunter-Reay finished in 10th position, with Servia 11th and Martin Plowman finishing in 12th. Anna Beatrice and Sebastian Saavedra, another couple of rookies, finished 13th and 14th, and Simone Pagenaud finishes in the 15th position. So it was pretty much a dominating performance here by Will Power this afternoon as he wins the Infineon Raceway IndyCar Grand Prix of Sonoma from the beautiful Sonoma Valley just north of San Francisco. And you can see there in the middle of your screen, just through the fog a little bit, is the Golden Gate Bridge. We appreciate you being here with us this afternoon.